guys, what's up? Welcome back to the stream. It's your boy Achai Berry. And today we're going to do something a bit different while playing World of Tanks. As you know, I love to play historical or a game that involving wars or World War II. And in this case, the World of Tanks, that as you guys know, it involves and revolves around World War II tanks and also post-war and also the post-Vietnam War. And usually you are going to see a lot of tanks, multiple type of tanks such as the tank destroyers, the heavy tanks, light tanks. But today we are going to play the FV4005 or FV Stage 2. As you know, it's going to take a long and live reload, which is consists of 20 seconds per time. So I think while I'm after I fired one of the shells, I think we're gonna talk about something a bit different other than games. Okay. Well, absolutely grind through this match. I know that we are playing this World of Tanks, like I said, and we are going to talk about something real while playing this. How social media and streaming platforms are changing the way Malaysians see politics. Don't worry, I'll keep it chill, but if you all want to hear this, especially if you vote or scroll TikTok 3 hours a day. Okay? So here's the deal. Okay, I'm gonna start now. Okay. And before you wanted to know about politics, you will have to read newspapers, watch boring TV news, or sit through long speeches. Now, just open TikTok or Twitch, since I'm using Twitch. Okay, and if you are in my live stream, okay, let me see. Okay, it should be here. Okay. Okay. If you wanted to know about politics, I'm gonna talk a little bit about politics. You have to read newspapers, watch boring TVs, and long speeches. But now, open your TikTok and Twitch. You'll find short, snappy content breaking down political issues. I've seen people explain election results while dancing, bro. Or even Discord servers where youth are organizing campaigns and discussing voting rights or debating issues like a political conversation, but more to online. Okay. As ASEANs now, especially Malaysia lah. Malaysia. Take TikTok for example. During the general election 15, there were creators doing 60-second explainers on party manifestos. It consists of funny, maybe a little bit controversial videos for TikTok. And then I learned that more than ever I did in school lah. Not even kidding. Okay. Some was like PAS wants XYZ, the Pakatan wants ABC, and boom, you understand the difference fast. Okay. Even memes and duets help people share opinions, and it's fun but actually informative if you follow the right people. If the media that is from a real person, I mean like the people is not a bit provocative person or always doing something that requires negative attention. So it's quite helpful. And then there's Discord. I joined server during the election week where people share when people share like real-time updates from polling stations, news, and even vote advice for newbies like me. You know, at that time I think that was my first. Yeah, that is my first. Also, that is my first election for me. And then, and let's not forget the streamers. Some big Malaysian streamers talk politics openly. Maybe for me this is my first time, but there's a lot of streamers actually went through something like that, and they talk about it, especially for the political. And maybe it could influence them on the media, on how they get job, works, or even events, or they get caught up. Not super deep, but like what issues matter, why youth should care, especially the game revolves around us, which is consists of Gen Z. For me, my age is 28, and I am the father of Gen Z. And that makes politics less scary and more real, okay? Because we want to know and what's better for our country. Okay, I want to talk about also about fake news and polarization. Of course, media, as we know, the memes also could influence on how we on our decision making, or even on how our perspectives for a person, for example. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, it's not all that good. Media, with all this info flying around, fake news is a huge problem. People repost stuff without checking, and sometimes creators spread bias just for views. And then you get echo chambers where you only hear what you already agree with. That's dangerous too. Very dangerous. Like, bro, not everything on TikTok is facts, even if it has 1 million likes. There's a lot of viral videos and viral TikTokers which they have their own content, and they put there's a fragment of political something about political, and we as a youth, and especially person that we can think which is real or not real. Okay, everything around us, especially in the media, it can be, especially now there's a technology, AI technology, and that's could, it could be anything, man. It could be real, and also it cannot be real. Maybe now we can see from all the videos or the content created using AI, there's slightly glitch or even pixelated design. But maybe in the future it could be really, really in high definition, where we could not differentiate between the real and the AI thing. That's far more dangerous. For me, as a Muslim, you know, all my Muslims friends, this thing is actually quite hard to play, especially the long reload, and the aiming time is taking forever. So I'm not gonna curse here because it's not proper. So talking back to my personal experience and story about the general election and the media involving again among this is, I'll be real, I didn't even care about voting until I saw this YouTuber explain that the Undi 18 or Undi 18 law and how votes are actually managed. That hits different. Okay, but certain, for my opinion, Undi 18 is still need quite thoroughly studies, because not all the youth or the teenagers are not fully understand about what politicals and how they impacted our daily lives, especially our future. And after that, I started watching interviews, more interviews, reading more, and even joined a live space community with other youth voters. And also sometimes they invited the youth opposition leader, and also the government, the current government leaders. Okay, and there's a lot of opinions that we can hear, and we must take into consideration on what is better and not good toward us. And that's the power of media. It makes politics feel reachable. Okay, like it's part of your life, but it's not something only for old uncle in suits. Okay, it's our future too. All those old uncles are not going to be in this world forever. It's us who are going to shape the world and our country, especially Malaysia. Okay, and what we can do? So what now? We can keep using these platforms, but smarter. Okay, we can play games, but we can also talk about these together, especially us youth. Okay, what we can do? Double check and what you watch or share, especially from those TikToks. It can be anything, that a lot of craps, and also it could someday be our future. or it impact in our daily lives. Okay, something that maybe we can practice. And a follow mix of creators with different views, because the more you see, the more you have opinions on certain people and how they talk, and we can consider everything, their contents and their thoughts, and how to say, it could impact in our decision making, especially later, especially on our current topic, the general election. Okay, it's a kind of a joint, a healthy discussion, not toxic arguments. Even though they invited opposition leader or the government or current party ruling leaders, okay, from the youth especially. And this we could educate others, especially when your friends who say politics boring lah, or politics is not in our age yet. I mean, like, we don't want to interfere this, those, that lah. No, that's why if we are going to implement the undi 18 or undi 18, the voting 18, this must take into consideration, and the youth must listen and must choose what is wrong and what is right. Okay, from what the current leaders are presenting to us, what their promises. If we do that, we're not just scrolling, we are making real change. See, not only games are making people happy, we could use this as a platform to create a bigger and better world. It's kind of cliche, but that's the thing. Okay, alright guys, I think that's enough serious talk for today. But remember, you have power, you have voice, your vote, and your feet. It all matters. It all matters. Okay, I know we're playing games, but don't forget, there's still the real world outside, and this game is just a volume for us to make us happy, not as a negative thing, especially when we play too long. Don't remember your health. Okay, your health. Remember your food. Okay, don't 24 hours standing on your rig games. Basically, the game is rigged. Okay, you must stop and see the real world. Thanks for tuning in. Drop a comment if you learned anything political through social media before. Okay, don't forget to like, follow, and vote responsibly next time. You heard this from Acai Berry, yo boy, man. Signing off, Malaysia boleh.